We are just hours away from the Iowa caucuses, the first voting in the 2024 presidential election. Republicans will brave frigid temperatures as they head to the polls tonight to weigh in on who they think should be their party's presidential nominee. To help us break down what's happening in these final hours, I want to bring in a panel of our campaign reporters, Navarro, who's been following the Ron DeSantis campaign, and Olivia Rinaldi, who's been following Donald Trump. Aaron, the Des Moines Register poll shows DeSantis slipping to third behind Nikki Haley. How's his team reacting? Do they seem worried?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're outright worried, but they are conscious of it. They have downplayed the poll while also noting some of the enthusiasm numbers for Haley in that Des Moines Register poll do lag former President Trump and Governor DeSantis. But this has been an outright slugfest between Haley and DeSantis. In the past couple of months, there's been millions of dollars spent on ads by both super PACs. Haley's super PAC has become one of the, if not the top spender when it comes to ads here in Iowa. They had a debate together. Their camps have often feuded with each other. So they know that they need to beat Haley to have a good night here, and they need to play second and not underperform, because from talking to some donors and fundraisers for the governor, an underperformance, a third-place finish for him here behind Haley, really complicates his path and the viability of his candidacy. But overall, his team is confident in the machine that they've built, the grassroots organization fueled by Never Back Down, his super PAC, that they think can turn out enough people come caucus night tonight.
Olivia, Trump is polling very strongly, very much in the lead still, as is expected. Does he appear worried, though, about Haley's rise? And could this be a longer-term threat for the former president's election efforts?
Yeah, Lilia, that's part of the reason why they're going for a crushing and decisive win tonight here in Iowa. Trump knows that if he's able to have this massive historic win, it will really stifle any momentum that the other candidates, including Haley, will have going into New Hampshire next week. Trump has, of course, added a bunch of rallies in New Hampshire, which says to me that there's a little bit of concern there that she's gaining ground on him in the polls, especially as she's kind of consolidated the Chris Christie vote after he got out of the race earlier this week. Hard to believe that was just this week. There's been so much news going on. But the number that Trump wants to beat tonight is 12 percentage points. That's the most any Republican has ever won the Iowa caucus by. Trump wants to beat that number. He wants to smash it. And he knows if he can, that he will have the momentum on his side going into New Hampshire.
And Aaron, DeSantis has been all in on Iowa for a while. Once the caucuses end, where does he go from there?
Yeah, that's right. Life after Iowa. Well, tomorrow he's going to stop in South Carolina and then go to New Hampshire. That's been interesting. It's been a concerted effort by his campaign to show that there is life after Iowa, regardless of what happens tonight. But, you know, from talking to donors, people watching his campaign, they really think he needs to do well here in order to have that springboard to continue on through the next couple of states. His team and he talk about how they're in it for the long haul, that they're in it to get delegates, that they're going to play in South Carolina, New Hampshire, Nevada, which is a pretty convoluted caucus versus primary system, and that they're trying to make it to Super Tuesday. But of course, the political reality could look a lot different after tonight, as well as after New Hampshire next week, where DeSantis seems to have a much tougher road in that state.
Yeah, and he hasn't put as much effort there. Olivia, Trump said last week that his supporters would, quote, walk on glass to caucus for him in Iowa. Is that the kind of enthusiasm that you're seeing there today?
Yeah, absolutely, Lilia. Yesterday, we, of course, went to the Trump rally in Indianola, where it was about negative 17 degrees. So he's not asking them to really walk on glass, but he is asking them to brave some pretty cold temperatures. Just anecdotally, we were out there, and the line was about 200 people deep, waiting in 30 minutes in that temperature. Of course, the Trump campaign brought out these buses. They were heated buses that people could go wait in, just because at that temperature, it's just not safe to be outside that long. But once they got inside, I mean, it was his traditional rally. He spoke for 2 hours. People were so enthusiastic. There were tons of cheers and chants, and I see that carrying into tonight. I spoke with a ton of voters yesterday, and I asked, are you worried about the cold at all? And all of them said no. They need to show up for him tonight. This is a decisive moment for him in this campaign, and his supporters are coming along with him.
All right, so the voters don't worry about the cold much, but they do worry about many issues. Talk to us. Both of you have been there for about several weeks, I believe 2 weeks or so. What are you hearing from voters are the main issues that are important to them? Aaron, let's start with you.
I would say immigration. That's been a consistent one here from talking to folks, especially at DeSantis events. They often are interested in his record in Florida, and they often bring up sending migrants to Martha's Vineyard on that flight. That's been something that voters here have been bringing up. But immigration has been a frequent topic across the country, but especially here in Iowa.
And Olivia?
Yeah, adding to that, immigration, of course, is something I hear quite often, but also Trump's trials. You know, a lot of Trump supporters that I've spoken to are outraged of what's going on and how often he's been in the courtroom. So it kind of seems like that play he's been using of using the courtroom as kind of the campaign trail has really been playing off, especially with his supporters who think he's unfairly targeted and that these trials are unjustly unfolding.
Aaron Navarro, Olivia, Rinaldi, thank you both so much. We have much more to come this afternoon and tonight from Iowa. Be sure to stay with us throughout the day for coverage of the first in the nation caucuses.